Well, it's such a huge part of the film, and it's such an intense football town, which we all live in Los Angeles where, well, Gugu doesn't, and David doesn't, but many of us live in Los Angeles, and where there is no football, and it's such a big town, and Pittsburgh's a smaller town, and on a Sunday, it really is where football takes over. And everybody, even Janina and I would go to the organic market where they would still be dressed in, with gauges in their ears and tattoos, but in Steelers gear. So it doesn't matter who you are in Pittsburgh, football is important. So to make the movie there, as Will was saying, it infused it with this emotional, component and their feelings about Mike Webster and wanting to talk about Mike Webster and how they felt about Mike Webster and how they feel about the football team being in their town and the pride that they have for it. I hope that we captured it in the movie. That was the intention of shooting it there in the first place.
Thank you.
Hi, Shamika from Hello Beautiful here.
Hey.
Will, you talked about being a parent and kind of feeling a sense of obligation to do this film. And your son played football. So how do you feel now after all of this about football and, as a parent and everything?
I think it's beautiful, you can't unsee the beauty. For me, I haven't watched a game this season. I'm not avoiding it. I've seen, been walking by in an airport or something like that and see plays, but you can't not see the repetitive subconcussive blows. You can once it's like one of those things where you look at it's like a puzzle where you look at it and you try to find something in it and you can't see it, and then as soon as you see it, you can't not see it, right? So what's it called?
A magic eye.
A magic eye.
Yeah.
Magic eye. See, she's so smart. Yeah, magic eye, I guess. But so now when I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it's not just the big hits, it's the things that are happening off of the ball. It's the running back goes by, but behind him a guy falls and his head hits another guy's knee, right? So now seeing all of those things, it makes it really, it's double-sided. It makes it a much more elaborate sport for me now, right? So I'm seeing so many more things than I ever saw, and it also makes me respect the guys that much more. But it definitely does change the game forever when you have an understanding of scientifically what happens when a brain collides with a human skull.
Yeah, I would just say from doing Mike Webster, it's the same. It's the same thing. And I had kids also. We're both Eagles fans.
Yeah.
But now it's also seeing. It's not just those players on the field. There's all the kids who are in the pipeline, who are on the way up. It's all the parents. It's all the families. It's not just got to change rules on the field now. There's a culture that has to change, and I think that culture will change.
Absolutely.
The game is going to have to change.
Yeah. It has to change with the players. The players have to take in the information, and then they have to play the games differently. One of the things that Bennet said that was interesting, I never thought of it that way, is you actually don't want a helmet that makes you think you can slam your head into someone. And Bennet was saying that because the equipment is so much better, it gives the illusion that you're protecting your brain. You're protecting your skull, but you're actually putting yourself in a position where you could potentially do more damage to your brain because the helmet is so good.
Can I add one thing? I think what you're hearing with the cast is, as filmmakers, is from the very beginning of our conversation, this was never designed to be a movie against anything. Right. There's no antagonist except maybe corporate bottom line interests. That's a whole other thing. The movie really doesn't even touch upon that. This is a movie that's for something, and that is really for discovery and investigation and the truth. And the consequences come what may. football is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful football footage in the movie, and I really made sure that was all true. I played football through 2 years of college. I loved the game. Like Will, I found myself having not watched a single game this season. It wasn't a decision. I'm not against football. I just found myself drawn to other things now. And I think what that means is life is complicated and life is a contradiction. And if you don't embrace what's complicated and the contradiction, then you're robbing yourself of what life is really about. There's no easy answers with this stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.